History tells us that a husband and wife went to bed in Zambia. When they woke up, the wife was in Zambia and the husband was in Malawi. That's how arbitrary the divisions were. The divisions were done in Berlin, while the Africans were on the continent minding their own business.
I watched a short video of Dr. Arikana. Some 5 years ago, I used to watch a lot of her videos. It's on Facebook. I think I need to say something about it because I've seen so many videos with the same narratives. Let's watch that video and then I'll come back and make more comments. Here we go.
Berlin Conference gave us countries like Gambia, Djibouti, Burundi, Central African Republic, Togo, Lesotho, Eswatini. The list goes on. As a matter of fact, all African countries. And they did one more thing. They took all these little bitty countries. They had this great big old map of Africa across from them, strategizing. The more powerful the kingdoms were, the more they got along together, the more countries that came out of there, and the more languages that came out of there. Picture yourself driving from Zambia. You're speaking English.
She said the Europeans divided Africa, that the languages came out of the division. Europeans wanted those different tribes that speak different languages to all come under the language of the European colonialists. So the Europeans didn't create those languages. Those languages existed already. See, we need to understand why Africa has so many languages. Colonialism didn't create the languages. Let's continue.
And pretty soon you are in Angola. You're speaking Portuguese. And pretty soon you are in DRC. You're speaking French. Pretty soon you are in Equatorial Guinea. You're speaking Spanish. Pretty soon you are in Cameroon. You're back English. Northern Cameroon, French. Pretty soon you are in Nigeria, English. Who does that?
See, no conquered people like that. All through human history, no colonized people want to be colonized. It's essential for us to talk about these things with a little bit of logic and critical thinking. We need to talk about the costs and benefits of colonialism to Africa. We actually need to talk about it. Because all I hear every day is talks like this. We actually haven't, for a long time, I would say, we haven't actually sat down to say, was there any benefit we as Africans gained through colonialism? We need to be honest to ourselves. My sister here, she's complaining about speaking Spanish, French, English, Portuguese, right? So these are five European languages that were imposed in a vast landmass of Africa, where people actually spoke thousands of languages without colonialism forcing my Igbo tribe to speak English, to learn English, because they didn't stop her from speaking Igbo, and forcing her tribe to learn English, we would not be able to talk to each other today. So through colonialism, we brought people who speak thousands of languages where we couldn't talk to each other, and we can now talk to each other. Let's actually think about this. Okay, let's continue.
This was all by design to cause maximum destruction of a people. Give it a generation, the people who used to be one will not even know that they were related. History tells us that the husband and wife went to bed in Zambia. When they woke up, the wife was in Zambia and the husband was in Malawi. That's how arbitrary the divisions were. The divisions were done in Berlin, while the Africans were on the continent minding their own business.
Now, think about this. People who were speaking thousands of languages throughout those places she just mentioned, now they can talk to each other in 5, 6 languages. Yes, I understand that the way they cut Africa, they divided it for their own good. They divided the same ethnic group into different countries. Okay, like in Benin Republic, there's a massive population of Yoruba people, and the vast majority of Yorubas are in Nigeria, and the rest of them were cut away in Republic of Benin. I'm not sure if some are also in Togo, but that's an example. In Cameroon, I hear the Igbos in Cameroon cut off from the majority of Igbos in Nigeria. Yes, that's something we don't like, but didn't stop them from speaking Igbo. So they're still Igbos, they're still Yorubas, and in other places in Africa, the same thing happened. They're still with their ethnic group, but now they speak, maybe in Benin Republic, they speak in French as their national language, and in Nigeria, we speak English, right? This video is about 3 minutes something, okay? I'll put the link from Facebook at the bottom of the video, so you can watch it. But the question I'm asking is this: did Europeans, colonizers, divide Africa into thousands of languages, or they actually integrated Africa to speak few languages so that we can talk to each other more easily? Europeans didn't speak Igbo, Yoruba, Efik, Edo, Ishan, but in Nigeria, we speak over 350 languages. In fact, let me do this. Let me see. Let me ask ChatGPT. So I'll ask it, list the top 10 most ethnically diverse countries in Africa. Okay, here it is. Okay, it says here, Nigeria, actually, the way he arranged it, he started with Cameroon, but the most diverse country is not Cameroon, it's Nigeria. So, okay, let me start with Nigeria. It says, Nigeria, ethnic groups, approximately 371 distinct ethnic groups. Languages, it says over 500 languages spoken. I'm not sure that's correct. I know we are over 200, okay? Maybe he's identifying dialects, okay? Because each language has multiple dialects of it, okay? So as maybe he's identifying those dialects as distinct languages. Well, if we're not brought together in time, dialects tend to become different languages, okay? So that is languages, you see, 500 languages. Wow. That's in Nigeria. In Cameroon, it says over 200 distinct ethnic groups, okay? Over 200 languages spoken, okay? Let me, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, ethnic groups, hundreds, exact count vary widely due to the country's size and complexity. Okay, so they don't know exactly. And languages, over 214 languages. Okay, let me see. Uganda, ethnic groups, over 50 indigenous groups. Okay, and then languages not explicitly cited, but likely over 50 languages. According to my sister, Dr. Arikana, is she saying that because in the Berlin Conference, they created borders across Africa, that they caused these languages to emerge? Those languages already existed. And what causes different languages to emerge of isolation? Because Africa is a big place. When, let's say, a family, they move away from the others and they continue growing, and the language will start changing little by little. And in 200 years, it will become something different. Maybe they will have a few words they use from the old language, but after a while, languages change. So colonialism didn't cause the difference. Actually, colonialism caused integration. That's why he can speak today and I can understand her. People from South Africa, me from West Africa, thousands of miles apart, can talk to each other. See, I understand that, like I said earlier, we don't like being dominated. Nobody likes it. But that's the way humanity has always operated. The consequences, let me use that word, a major consequence of the colonization of Africa by Europeans is integration. Are there external forces that are still trying to beat us over the head? Yes. But the point is this: those external forces will never, that's the word, will never stop. So complaining about them have no meaning. In fact, the more we complain about them, the more they know these guys don't have a clue about what to do about us. We are telling them we don't have a clue about what to do. And it will continue. And I believe that we are where we are today, not because of colonization. No. We are where we are today because of the actions or the inactions and the beliefs we hold. Let's stop complaining. Let's start learning. There are people who have done a lot more than we have. We have to learn from them. Yes, and that includes our colonial masters. If we refuse to learn from them, okay, then that means we intend to reinvent the wheel. Okay. But it is very, very difficult to learn from people you despise. So it's up to us. What do you want?